Clean wash?
Sitting pretty at the top of Group L with 8 points from 4 games, a win against Benin Republic would ensure qualification to the Africa Cup of Nations holding in Cameroon later in 2022. But the big question remains, can the Super Eagles of Nigeria get the much-needed win against Benin Republic and secure qualification to Africa's premium competition? Welcome, this is the arena. Yes, here to talk about the big stories emanating from the world of sports. My name is Jidechi Chidiezi, and I can tell you there's a lot we would be talking about on today's show. Yes, lots and lots of things happening in the world of sports at the moment. And this week is the period of international football. Yeah, lots of activities going on right here in Africa and in Europe. We'll be talking about those stories and spend some time to talk about women's football on today's show. Don't go anywhere. All of this we will be doing when we get back from this quick break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Well, if you're still joining us, this is the arena. And like I told you, there's a lot we will be talking about today on the show, but I will not be doing this alone in the studio. With me is one wonderful sports analyst. He calls himself Adekunle Akinduro. How are you doing, Adekunle?
I'm doing good.
Yes, I must say it's a pleasure to have you join us today.
Yes,
And
yes,
Adekunle
yes.
is a sports analyst. He is a social media expert. And Adekunle, as usual, would always love me to end with the fact that he's a big Manchester United fan.
Of course.
Okay, Adekunle, let's start off the show talking about the women. And start off the one that involves Nigeria's very own Asisat Oshoala scoring the 100th goal for Barcelona in the Champions League. I mean, a beautiful feat for her, wouldn't you say?
Yes, the babe is. I'm sorry, I'm calling her babe, but Aziza has been a fantastic footballer, right?
Definitely, she has.
From young age, and it's fantastic for for Nigerian ladies that want to like go into football generally. Then, and it's just a fantastic feat for her, like an Africa in Nigeria. Like it's a proud moment for Nigeria generally. Because a team as big as the Barcelona, Asisa scoring the landmark goal for them in the Champions League is definitely going to go down. And
they also won that game too.
Yes,
against Manchester City.
Yes.
A beautiful feat, if you must say. Let's move over from Asisa to Shoala. Talk about Virginia Torricella, actually, who plays for Atletico Madrid women. And the good news is that she's finally back to football in action. In May 2020, she underwent a surgery to remove brain tumor. Now she's back to training with Atletico Madrid women. Interesting story,
yes,
right there.
Very
from
interesting, Spain. And I'll commend the doctor because that's kind of
for the first time in 10 months.
That's and psychologically also, I should just commend the girl also too. Because that can be a career-ending kind of stuff.
Yes.
Like, you play football, you have to probably you head ball, you play with all your body, and now she has had surgery, to remove brain tumor and all those things, and she's still coming back to football to come and play, and it's wonderful. Like it's really a wonderful.
Okay, now moving over from Spain, let's talk about one woman who has always been at the forefront of things, Megan Rapinoe. She's not ending her fight for equal pay for women football, and she joined the president of the United States, that's Joe Biden, alongside other of her teammates, and she had to go tell them, we need this official, we need the women in football to be paid as equal as the men. It's always been something she's been fighting for.
Yes, it's something that is going to, probably in the long run, is going to happen. But, female football is just developing. Like, investors are just coming
But in the US, it's not just developing.
Yes.
We see the United States women national team doing so better than the men's team. And I think that's why it looks like United States is really at the forefront of women's equal pay.
Which is understandable. But nevertheless, you need to understand the fact that men will always be men, while women will always be women. I'm a very strong feminist, to be honest, but there are some
in terms of sports,
like USA the men of USA can't compete where Brazil team is Italy, Germany, and all those things, but and Portugal also, and USA team, you know, because they built the system over the years. Like they supported female football right from beginning, so you can't take that away from them. But now, I think it's like I said, it's going to happen in the long run. But presently, it's just something that they still need to make. They can still, we can continue to agitate for it, but I don't think it will ever be an equal pay, ever, to be honest. Because the truth is that men football attracts more sponsorship and all those things. So what are they bringing to the table?
Okay, let's move over and talk about Raleigh Dobson. Quite the interesting story right there from Australia. Raleigh, she announced she would be retiring from football at the age of 28 to support her boyfriend, who is undergoing radiotherapy and chemotherapy for brain cancer, before Melbourne City played Perth Glory on Thursday. And the interesting thing is the fact that Raleigh scored for Melbourne City. Melbourne City won that game, and then Raleigh retired and her boyfriend proposed to her.
It's a good thing for her, but nevertheless, I kind of have my reservation, but the decision is left to her to make. But I'm skeptical about the whole thing, because you know, we all know cancer is a very, like almost a terminal disease and all those things. So like
you're scared that she might still lose the man.
Well,
it's love. I mean,
like,
you can't write off love.
Exactly, it's a Hollywood story, to be honest. Like
typical Hollywood story.
So them coming like you, it's like it was scripted. The guy rather was, then the lady retiring just because she wants to support the boyfriend. And it's even boyfriend, like, well, not all relationship leads to marriage. So
soon to be husband. Let's go to the fans corner quickly, and when we get back, we'll continue talking some football right here. Okay, now let's talk about the UEFA World Cup qualifiers. Lots and lots of interesting results emanating from Europe. But before we get into the results, Adekunle, Germany, a wonderful stunt they pulled right there yesterday before their game. Yeah. The fact that there has been reports of immigrants walking themselves to death right there in Qatar ahead of the World Cup. And Germany, they had to protest against that yesterday.
Yes, it's number one thing is that we have to look into the health of people also. So it's not just about playing football only. Like I love the fact that Germany did that just to protest. Like, no, this thing is not shouldn't be like. And we know that Qatar is
World Cup is important, yes, but there are other things too.
Yeah, exactly.
Consider the rights of human beings.
So, like, if people are dying before the World Cup, what's now the point of coming to there? Like, everybody could easily just stay in their home and just enjoy. Thank God coronavirus came last year and we couldn't watch Euro 2020. So this one too.
So you're actually happy? No.
I'm just saying that it could still
happen to the World
Cup. This thing keeps continuing. It can happen to the only God.
And then at the end of it, it's just a case that we are
not praying for any pandemic, but anything could happen.
Well, so, trust me, I actually want football to go on. The game between Germany and Iceland ended in favor of the Germans, who protested last night, ended 3-0, and they were able to get the much needed points from that one, but it was not the only one that went down all across Europe this weekend. Let me run you through quickly. Switzerland and Bulgaria. Switzerland getting the much needed win in that one. Denmark doing it over Israel, and then 2-0 Sweden winning, defeating Georgia, and then the one between Spain and Greece ended in favor of the Spaniards. And actually, it was a one-all draw. The one that ended in favor of anybody was the one between Italy and Northern Ireland. And there you can see that one on your screen between Scotland and Austria, Moldova and Faroe Islands, too, both ending in a draw. Andorra losing to Albania, Hungary losing to Hungary drawing actually with Poland, 3-3 that one ended. England 5-0, wonderful scoreline. The English side 5-0 that one ended. Palestine, and they lost their own to Armenia. And then Romania, a wonderful 5-goal thriller, 3-2. They came off winners over.
They're coming back to the match, to the game and drawing, at least getting a point of the this thing. It's fantastic.
And there we always scored.
One
thing is sure in life, Lewandowski always scored.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go on a quick break, and when we get back from it, we'll talk about some other stories emanating from the world of sports.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neil. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash.
If you're just joining us, this is the arena. Yes, we'll be talking lots of football right here on today's show. It seems it's the only thing that's been going on. Getting their tickets and they go.
like put up a fight. Like we are still the champion of Africa. So let's show you guys that we are still. So we are making a statement, even going into the competition properly. Like we are ready. You understand? So
Okay, talking about the results, let's take a look at the results from yesterday. Yes, Comoros and Togo from Group G. That one ended in a goalless draw. South Africa and Ghana, drama in Group C. So far so good. They still have to see if they get to qualify for that one. South Africa and Ghana, that one ended in a 1-1 draw. Then Gabon and DR Congo from Group D, that one ended 3-0 in favor of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's side, and they've sealed their tickets to the next round of the main competition itself. Gambia and Angola ended 1-0 in favor of Gambia. Kenya and Egypt. The Kenyans holding Egypt to a 1-1 draw. Botswana and Zimbabwe winning that one. And then the one that Dekunle was talking about earlier, 3-3, that one ended between Zambia and Algeria. The one between Libya and Tunisia ended 5-2 in favor of the Tunisians. And then Equatorial Guinea coming off winners against Tanzania. We already have lots and lots of teams in the competition already. Yes, the likes of Egypt, they secured their spots to Cameroon despite that draw against their opponents yesterday. Mali, Tunisia, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Gabon, Zimbabwe, Equatorial Guinea, all in the competition. And it was a fairy tale campaign for Comoros and Gambia. They both secured tickets to that competition. I mean, Comoros, who would have expected Comoros at the AFCON for next year?
Well, honestly, it's fantastic. Being the first time they're going to be in the AFCON. So we thank God. Honestly, like it's going to be
going spiritual right there.
Like it's going to be amazing to see the team play in the competition, being their first time.
And possibly we get to see that feel of Cape Verde at Zambia some years back.
Yes, exactly. You know that
that's what I think of when I see the Comoros story. I want to see them repeat what Cape Verde did.
Yes, because it's going to be like we over the years we've seen
the big teams, yes,
exactly.
And this time around, you get to see teams that are quite small.
Exactly, and you want to see how they can compete, like how they can face the big gun, like show the competition. But I think the team that country is going to probably at least qualify from the group. They're going to pull up a surprise. I think so.
Pull up a surprise, he says. Okay, games are also going down later today. Let me run you through that one quickly before we talk about the main thing that we are all waiting for. Burundi will be welcoming Central African Republic, and then Swaziland will be taking on Guinea-Bissau. Cape Verde and Cameroon, the hosts of the competition, that's another game. And then Congo would be welcoming the top side of Africa, that's Senegal, Niger Republic, and then Cote d'Ivoire from Group K would be another game. And then, of course, Mauritania and Morocco. Those are the games that are expected to go down today. And then later tomorrow, the big one is the one we have all been waiting for, the one between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and then Benin Republic, right there in Port Novo.
And the funny thing is the fact that Nigeria has to travel by boat. They're
already in Port Novo as we speak.
But nevertheless, I still feel like.
Don't you find that interesting? Let me ask you.
It's actually like
I've been trying to check all the say club sides, national teams, which teams have actually traveled by boat before. We get to see by bus, we get to see by plane, by air. Boats. I mean, quite an interesting story.
No, Nigeria cruised into Benin.
Cruise, you could say. Hopefully, we get to cruise to AFCON. Lots of players in the camp at the moment, and it's been all smiles. It's been yesterday we heard they had to tighten up security just to ensure the players don't lose focus. At this point, do you think it's anything but a win for the Super Eagles?
I think so. Hopefully, they don't get to start Ahmed Musa tomorrow.
Do you have a personal sentiment?
No, not because of that, but because I watched their training online and I saw the guy looks fat, not in a bad way or something, like
he's gained weight.
Like exactly, he hasn't been playing for club side for a while, and hopefully that won't be deciding factor tomorrow.
Okay, you say that will not be the deciding factor. We'll still be talking about the Super Eagles, but it's Friday again. You know what comes on Friday? Yes, Prediction Friday. Let's get on that one, and when we get back, we'll continue talking about the Super Eagles.
Hey guys, welcome to Prediction Friday. Always remember the two rules: to bet responsibly and don't stake what you can't afford. Remember, we're on international break, so the games we have now is Kazakhstan versus France. I think we should go for France win or France win over 1.5, and we have Netherlands versus Latvia. That game, I think we should go for goal. Then Serbia versus Portugal. I think we should go for Portugal win or home clean sheet. Then we have Czech Republic versus Belgium. I think Belgium is going to come with a win in that one. And we have Georgia versus Spain. I think that game should be Spain win for over 1.5. Then we have Albania versus England. England straight win. And we have Benin Republic versus Nigeria. I think we should go for goal.
Remember, one thing is important if you're going to put your money on any of those games. Ensure you gamble responsibly. There's nothing that is sure once it comes to betting. Yes, Adekunle, we'll be talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the game that will be going on later tomorrow in Port Novo. What do you see coming out of that game?
I expect a win from Nigeria. Like, we should get the 3 points, but Nigeria, I'm a part of me.
I think you're still having an issue with the last time we played.
Because there is always, I wouldn't call it PTSD, but nevertheless, I have my reservation about Nigeria.
Okay, what are the reservations?
Like, we tend to like lose focus when it matters the most. Like, this complication could have been end way back even before this game. You understand? Like, between the
4-0 actually, 4-0 to 4-4.
Like, you can imagine.
And then the funny thing is, we still went on to draw the next game. Goalless draw.
That's why I said I don't want to say I'm kind of having PTSD, but I just hope the history does not repeat itself.
But we're at the top of the table as it stands. 8 points so far, garnered from the 4 games we played.
Nevertheless, if we play, let's say 2 draws or something, or we lose the 2 games, we are definitely.
And Benin Republic are pretty on our heels at this point.
You can imagine. So that's what I'm saying. I definitely hope they don't go there, because they went on a cruise actually. They don't. So they won't be cruising.
And basically, you seem to have a problem with this cruise on the Super Eagles. Okay, let's talk about the players in camp at the moment. We've seen lots and lots of pictures. We've heard lots and lots of stories about the players. Who do you see and who do you feel at this point would? Okay, let's start off with who do you see making it onto the pitch of play for the Super Eagles tomorrow? Who do you think Gernot will be lining up for the Super Eagles?
I expect him to play a Sadiq Kumar, then Osimhen starting, and Kelechi Iheanacho.
There's this conversation over about Victor Osimhen and Paul Onuachu at the moment. Who should actually be the number 9? Who would you pick?
Between the 2 of them, or between the strikers?
Between Osimhen and Paul Onuachu, who would you rather prefer? Who would you rather have on the pitch of play tomorrow?
I think Osimhen is going to. I ask my vote. You understand? Like, the guy has proven he has been playing for Super Eagles for a while, and it's been a very fantastic.
Onuachu is actually having a better form than Osimhen.
But the kind of league that they both played in, you consider that also too. So, and Osimhen plays for Napoli and is one of their top highest goal scorers this season. So, and that's one of the top 5 best league in the world, right?
Okay, before we talk about the goalkeeping department, which seems to be another strong point of conversation right now, let's talk about one man that we can't neglect to talk about at this point. Already, he has been nominated for Player of the Month for the English Premier League for this month, and he's had an imperious form heading into these qualifying games, Kelechi Iheanacho. In fact, I think at this point I should not be addressing him as Kelechi Iheanacho. I should address him as senior man Kels.
Just because he's called Man U, right?
Well, that's what it goes by at this point in time. No. What do you see Iheanacho bringing anything special to the Super? He's been out of the team for a while, and we've seen Iheanacho that we've always known him to be returned to the form.
Yes.
Do you see him bringing that form into the team?
Yeah, it's fantastic for him, but the challenge is that you need to consider the kind of players he played with is playing with in the English Premier League, I mean Leicester, and consider the players that he's going to play with in Nigeria. So
what would you say is the difference? Would you say the team in Leicester is better than the team in Nigeria?
Of course, because definitely these players, they play together more than the Super Eagles probably play. So he has been out of the team for a while, and probably a couple of players have joined the team also too. That when he was away, there is the synergy that he has with the kind of, I mean, when he's playing for in Leicester.
So you think it will be a contributing factor?
Exactly. So
okay, now we are running out of time. Let's quickly talk about the goalkeeping department. This conversation of who should be the number one at this point. We've seen Maduka Okoye step up to the party for the past couple of games, and there's still Francis Uzo who has been our number one for a while now since the retirement of the former goalkeeper, and the dropping of Apeyi. And then there's this new man from Eyimba, John Noble, who many had saying should be in goal. Who do you think should be the one starting for the Super Eagles in goal?
Personally, I would think we should go with the Eyimba goalkeeper, like
Team NPFL.
Yes, not really that. I just think there's a need for us to play homegrown players more, like in terms of any.
But Rob actually made it obvious that he prefers foreign-based players,
which is not an issue. Every coach has their own
preference.
So, but nevertheless, let's play this guy and see what he does in an international. What if the other keepers got injured and is the only one? So he needs to build the trust for him also, build the form for him also. And he's been in an
Trust me, at this point, I would say I would love us to continue this conversation and continue talking about the Super Eagles, but we are out of time. We have to call it a wrap at this point. It's been a pleasure doing this with you today. We get to sit and watch the Super Eagles game tomorrow. Hopefully they don't give us post-traumatic stress disorder from the last 4-4 that happened in Benin City. Yes, the game will be going down later tomorrow, Nigerian time, 5 p.m. That's when that will be going down. By this time tomorrow, we should be sitting and be talking about how the Super Eagles are about to secure their tickets to the Africa Cup of Nations that is holding right there in Cameroon. It's been a pretty wonderful time on today's show, I can tell you. But we'll be back next week to talk some more sports, because he that fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Ensure you stay safe. I would always say, because COVID-19 is real. My name is Judechi Chidize. Until next time I come your way, adios.